station.
Dylan's like, oh, I'm not doing nothing.
Oh, good evening. Welcome to What's New. Tonight we have a lovely group of boys and girls, which is say young men and young ladies. And we have ours, Vincent, to introduce them, and we have Jean Henson, Mary Ann Roth, and this is What's New. So welcome, and ours will take over.
Okay, so you guys are with
Workforce development.
Workforce Development
Yes.
on Market Street. Okay, so
This is Stacy Snyder.
Yes.
so you can introduce yourselves all the way around the table, and
Okay.
then tell us what you do, and we'll ask you questions if we want to know something you're not telling us.
Okay. I am Stacy Snyder. I'm the youth case manager and the AEL instructor for our young adult program here in St. Genevieve.
What's an ADL?
AEL, that is working on the GED or your high school diploma equivalency. Okay. We work on career paths and getting young people their diplomas and getting them into college and to have a successful career path in the future. We provide support services they might need, such as if they need their car repaired or they need books for school, or maybe they need gas money to get back and forth to school, just different things they might need to help them be successful. And I have brought some of them with me today, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Charlene. I got my high school equivalency through the program. I'd say I studied probably about, I think we figured up earlier, probably about 5 to 6 months for it. I'm currently enrolled in Monroe Area College. I'm studying for radiology.
Radiology,
Yes.
wow, great.
The program helped me get everything set up and everything started, helped me get all my school supplies and stuff like that. Stacy's been a big help and a lead and support team for us.
So the program then, is there government money that they get to?
There
to
is.
do?
If they need tuition assistance, we provide that, or transportation assistance. Help them fill out their online applications for school or their FAFSA applications to get funding for college classes.
Oh, great.
So-
That's a great
And
program.
then just extra tutoring if they need extra help while they're in school.
Oh, how wonderful.
Where do you go to school at for your radiology?
I go to Mineral Area College in Park Hills.
Oh,
Yep.
my granddaughter goes there. She's in radiology.
I went there too for all.
Okay, next. Or you got something else to say, huh? No. Okay.
Unless you have more questions.
I didn't mean to butt in.
No, it's okay. Unless you got more questions, I know.
Not yet.
I'm Jasmine. I graduated, get my GED through the program. I did some courses for advanced manufacturing. I got my OSHA 30 and hopefully going to be starting radiology myself at Mineral Area. But it's been a long ride, but it was enjoyable along it. So
Is that a program where you have to be accepted, or can anybody just do it?
You can do it as long as you have all your prereqs out of the way, or you can get your prereqs first. It's a 3-year course to go through, but it's actually 2 years hands-on. But I'm in my prereqs right now, which has been pretty good.
Oh, great.
And Mineral Area College had brought some of their manufacturing programs to St. Paul High School in the evening, and that's where Jasmine had went to school at to get her some of her certifications.
Good.
So,
That is great.
I didn't
And
know
may
these
I
programs
ask
were out there. I'm so glad you came
Your
tonight.
age.
I'm 25, getting ready to be 26.
I'm 22, about to be 23 this month.
You're never too old to learn.
Amen.
Got-
Well, my son just turned a year old today, and I was pregnant with him while I had went to school. So I was doing that, college, GED, all that all at once.
Oh my gosh.
And it helped me a lot in the long run because it made me really learn my priorities whenever I needed to. Kind of got my butt out there pretty much.
I have a great granddaughter that is in about the same situation, except she's fortunate enough to have someplace to live and help her take care. But she's out there working and doing right along. She graduated high school though, right away. Okay, who we got down there in the end?
My name's Matt, and I'm currently going to Stacy's and
Speak up, honey, we got microphones up here.
okay. I'm currently going to Stacy's to become a police officer.
Oh, great.
And what's the, do you study things there at Stacy's or?
Right now I'm just working on math, trying to get graduated.
He's
Sounds
passed
good.
the other portions of his test, and that's his final portion.
So you're getting your equivalency
Yes.
Yes.
first? Okay, and then
That's
you're
good.
going to
That's good.
And he's currently doing a work experience with our program
Yeah.
at Han State Park, so learning some job skills while he's getting his diploma.
That's
Right.
good.
Now, do they get help with jobs too?
They do.
While they're going to school?
We help them with job applications and resumes. We have work experience funding that we use, and that's where we would pay the employer to hire one of our young people to go there and learn some job skills and gain some work experience,
Oh,
so they're more
that's
prepared
great.
for the workworce.
That's
So
great.
So
are you
does he
working
earn-
with the police department
No, ma'am.
No,
No.
he's working at Han State Park.
at Hunt State Park? Okay,
Yes.
that's good.
And does he get a salary?
He does get paid. They get paid every 2 weeks. They turn in a timesheet, and they're held to the same rules and regulations of the place they're employed at.
So you got to see all that beautiful snow out there then?
Not quite.
Oh,
You didn't go
It looked like it was so pretty
What's
from all
wrong
the
with you?
pictures.
You take advantage of that, okay?
I didn't start work till last week.
Okay, then
Hi, I'm Tessa. I graduated last year in July. I just got out of work experience like she explained, and I'm going towards the medical field. So I got to work with the hospital and being a receptionist up in Bloomsdale. So I want to go to MAC for nursing school.
Nursing, very good.
Oh,
Good
that's
deal.
great. It's very,
Oh, yeah.
very needed. And believe me, in spite of some of them mean people, we appreciate you. And who do we have here?
My name is Dylan. I'm currently going through Stacy in the program to get my high school equivalency. Been there for
I don't know, about 6 months.
about 6
maybe.
months. And I have one test left and then I'm completely graduated.
How great.
After
Take it
that,
out.
So did
Friday.
you go part-time to school before you went there, just to the,
what do you mean
Program.
part-time?
well, I mean, did you have any high school completed?
Mm,
You got the whole high school, do they get the whole?
No.
No, if they're coming for high school equivalency classes, they've dropped out of school somewhere.
Somewhere
Along the way.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's what I was asking.
Then what do you plan on doing?
I would like to do auto mechanics or diesel mechanics.
Good, great, yes.
Above
That's
that.
very-
And we have a program called Scholars at Work, and it is meant to help our young adults who have, maybe they have bills they have to pay, they have children they have to take care of, they have some kind of adult responsibilities that they need, but they're still needing their high school equivalency. So we have a program called Scholars at Work, and what it is part-time employment, and their job is to come to school and to get their diploma, and that's how they would get paid, so they wouldn't have to go out and find another job. They could come there and earn their diploma while they are earning money to pay their bills
And
while they're
I'm
coming to
actually
school.
in that program also.
You're in that
I was
program
in
too?
it.
And you're
I
in
was
that
head
program?
scholars last I remember.
I'm lazy.
And I think
I was in it.
everybody's participated in that.
Everybody is
Oh,
here.
okay.
Eventually, yeah, they're not,
That's
you're not in
great.
there now.
No, I graduated. Right now, I had just recently passed for my CNA. I'm a certified nurse assistant.
Great.
I work at Riverview at the park,
Uh-huh.
and it's awesome there. I love it. I love my job. I love helping people.
Oh, I saw you someplace. You look familiar, and I thought, I've seen her somewhere.
Yeah.
That is a very
Program.
rewarding job, but very underpaid.
Many years ago, I worked at it, and I loved it.
My people seem to love me too, so it's okay.
That's the important thing.
Yes.
Very important, yeah.
And while our offices, we mostly focus on the young people, if there's someone in the community that needs help with a job application or their resume, they're welcome to come into the office, and as long as I'm available, I'm happy to help them with that too. They don't have to just be in our program. It could just be someone who's in need of assistance.
So you don't have an age limit, so to speak.
Right. And our adult education classes are open to anybody of any age. So if you need a diploma, our place is the place to be. So, and we have day and night classes to kind of fit all those schedules. If you're working, come to night classes, and if not, you come to day classes.
Well, I never knew that program was available. I mean, I knew the GED was, or the
Right.
high school equivalency, but I never knew all these other benefits went along with it.
It's an amazing program because they're able to have, just a step up in life, someone to help them get them along the way, because they have so many barriers they have to work through that other people may not have to work through. So
Right.
it's set up to help them overcome those barriers, to go on, to go to college, to get good jobs, and just be self-sufficient.
It's a wonderful program. I didn't, no, in
Yeah.
'94, I didn't have that.
Mhm.
We didn't have a lot of help like that. Of course, I was at home, I was a wife at home.
Mhm.
And I went 3 nights a week, or something like that. But I loved it.
It's an amazing opportunity, and if we put them in a work experience at an employer, and maybe they find out that's not the thing that they want to do.
Yes.
So we would end that, and we would put them in a different work experience, kind of do some assessments and see what is going to be a good match for them, so they could try something else.
So it's basically for people that do not have a high school diploma.
We also work with high school students who are still enrolled in high school.
Oh, they're still enrolled,
Mhm.
okay.
They have to meet one of our barriers for the program, and as long as they meet that barrier, then we can work with them also.
What
So-
are
That
some
is
of the
wonderful.
barriers, if I
Um,
might ask?
Some of the barriers are maybe they're pregnant or they're parenting, maybe they're homeless or they're basic skills deficient. Maybe they have no prior work experience, just different barriers they may have to being successful and going on to find employment. So we're able to go and help those people.
Your job
also.
is very rewarding.
It's an amazing job.
Working
You need
men,
any
yeah.
help?
We can always use help. It's an amazing job. It's just meant to set everybody up for success.
Okay,
It sounds
so
like you're
what,
working.
start over here. What did you find most beneficial by taking this program? And if you don't feel comfortable answering, just say pass. Yeah.
I think the most beneficial thing that helped me personally was Stacy is a really good person to work with you one-on-one, and I work best working one-on-one with people versus like in high school you're in a class with multiple people and teachers everywhere. Stacy actually makes it a point to make sure you understand it and not
Belittle you?
belittle you. There you go.
That's great. Yeah.
The program has, going to medical field, it's going to be really hard. Like, there's going to be a lot of barriers. And so, like, with the work experience, I got to have a touch of what it's like in the medical field, like going to the hospital, seeing what, I know what I want now. Like, I'm going for it.
Well, I would have to say what's most beneficial to me is the whole time I've been there, I've just gotten close to everybody, and we're all pretty much a big family.
What are your
So
plans then when you
making,
graduate?
he's going to be a police officer.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's right.
And
So the camaraderie, how would you say that
Camaraderie.
word? Camaraderie, whatever. Being friends with everybody. Making a new family. I
Yeah.
never could say that
That's why
word.
I don't use big words.
Stacy, how did you get into this?
Well, years ago, I thought I wanted to be a elementary school teacher, so that's what I went to school for. There just happened to be a job opening one day working with young people who had either been kicked out of high school or had dropped out of high school. And it just became available, and I just loved it. So I've been doing this for almost 20 years now. I've worked through several different companies as they take the programs over, but it's been the same job, and I've just really enjoyed it and helping. I feel like I work really well with young people.
Is MERS Goodwill, is that who's?
That's who we
Sponsoring
worked for
this?
previously.
Okay, so,
The Workforce Development Board has taken the program in-house, so now they're running our programs.
oh, okay.
This workforce development, is it a government contingency or?
We are government funded. Our main office is out of Cape Girardeau,
Okay.
and we have 13 counties that we work out of. I actually brought you guys a brochure I'll leave with you. And it has all of the different counties that we have, the contact person for that county and their phone number and email address.
So there's several people working the same
Right.
job you are.
Correct. Mhm. We have 13 counties, and we have someone stationed in each of those counties.
Oh, that is so
Do
great.
you have other people in your office that work with these
I
kids? too?
don't. No, it's just
You
me.
by yourself?
Yes.
Sounds interesting. That's wonderful.
Okay, back to you guys. What was your,
What? What? Me? She said you guys, not me.
all right, back
Anyways.
to you ladies over here.
The most beneficial part is being able to fight with somebody like that, which is awesome. We are, like Matt said, we're a big family. The most beneficial part I'd have to say is being able to respect one another and
Yes.
being able to talk to each other and growing up as adults and not having that, oh, you're a high schooler. Stacy realizes life happens. We're adults. It's a mature setting. If something's going on, we talk about it like adults and we handle it. So, I mean, that's what I find beneficial because we all have life that happens.
Okay,
And
so another
Yes.
question. Are you all there at the same time?
I'm no longer there no more because I go to college Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oh, okay.
So I'm usually only popping in every once in a while or whenever she's asked me to help with a fundraiser or something like that, or, you know, getting the word out there about the program. But, yeah, that's usually when I'm there. I'm usually there probably once every 2 weeks right now because she helps me do studies and stuff like that because math is crazy, ridiculously hard.
Oh, yeah.
I think it would be too.
During adult ed classes, everyone who has not graduated yet is in class together. And
Oh, okay.
those who have graduated, I meet with those people one-on-one, and we sit down and make a plan together, like what are their steps, what do they need to do, who do they need to be contacting, phone calls that need to be made. We just kind of are a support system for them to kind of.
So
get
like
on
a
track.
guidance counselor in
Yes.
high school then?
That's the best part, honestly, because I know like if I'm having a problem with the job or I need my resumes touched up or I need the computer because I need help with something at work or something like that, I know I can call Stacy and be like, hey, can I come use the office? She helps me with college, she helps me with my resumes, my applications, all of it. It's nice to kind of have that
It is.
backup support when you're not really out there yet. Because my mom died whenever I was young, and I got into the real world at the age of 17. So I didn't finish learning, you know, like the full taxes and the main priorities you needed as an adult. I didn't get that, but at that classroom I got that, and that was probably the most amazing things because we learned how to work as a team. We learned how to pretty much accept our
Each other.
responsibilities and our rights and our wrongs, and you can either do it or you cannot do it. But she's 100% right by your side the whole time.
And if you ever need somebody to talk to, Stacy's always there to talk to you, no matter about what it is.
Isn't that wonderful? Yeah. So I can see how you would be like a big happy family.
Oh, yeah,
All right, do all of you live here in St. John,
I do.
I live in St. Mary.
St. Mary's?
Yeah, I live in the same area also.
I live up towards Festus,
Sorry.
off of 00 towards Festus.
Okay, yes, I know where that is. And you, where do you live?
I live in St. Genevieve County. I live out by Homestead Park, out that direction.
Uh-huh.
So I live out a little ways.
So, what else can we talk about in the schooling and the helping of them get rounded out?
Well, there's different ways we help them. We try to base everything based on the person and their needs. Some of my students like to work on their own. Some of them like the one-on-one attention. Some of them like to work out of books. Some of them like to work online. So we have a variety of resources to meet all the different learning styles so that everybody's bases are being covered and they're successful. And we recognize that there's things in life and sometimes it doesn't work out very well. So we look at those things that didn't work out very well and what could we do better next time? And then we just move on from there to make sure that we are successful.
So it's really an open, honest group also.
Yes.
And And they work at their own pace.
They work at their own pace. I do tend to be a little pushy, try to move them
Well, that's
along sometimes.
understandable.
But, just when I,
So you smile.
I just see their potential and see what they could become, and sometimes they just don't have the confidence until they realize that they can
understand.
do it.
I
And that's the
understand.
truth.
Mhm.
Yes.
When you're younger, you don't realize what you are really capable of,
Right.
unless you get a shove from somebody.
Sometimes when you're older, it goes that way too.
Somebody has to give you a little nudge
Yes.
in the
And
right
they have
direction.
so much potential, they just don't realize it because they've had so many life barriers they've had to overcome, and they have different, everybody has a different story. And just, learning not to judge people because you don't know what they've been through and what's
Amen.
happened to them in their
The
life.
whole world needs to
That's
learn
for
that.
sure.
So it's
For sure.
something we talk about. And just being respectful of each other and each other's thoughts and each
Yes.
other's feelings, even if they are different than what we think they should be.
If you don't get along with somebody, go away.
Mm-hmm.
You can go, you can walk faster than they can, probably.
And I mean, that's the work world. You're not going to work with people you always match up perfectly with. There's a personality difference, so you need to know how
You have to
to
work
work
your
with the
way
different
through
people. Yes.
so you can get along with people, whether you want to
Correct.
be around them or not.
Mhm.
Because chances are, when you're in the adult world, you're going to be around people you don't
Don't
really
care
care
for.
for. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Or that you can't get along with or whatever.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
It's very
Especially when
true.
you're in a
Just don't
job
wanna
I'm
be
in, you do.
And we're doing a lot
Get up
of
to my age, there's people you don't want to be around.
we're doing a lot of work experiences right now where we're getting young people out into the different. We like to stay in our county as much as possible, but we're trying to get more employers involved in our programs. We have youth out there. We need just more employers to be involved and wanting to know about the different programs because when we go to an employer, we're paying the young person's wages. We're covering them with our workers' comp insurance, and we just need the employers to be there to teach them and let them work there to gain some job skills and some work experience.
So how do you get the employers? You go around, or you
I talk to the youth because we want it to be a good match for them and a good match for the employer. So I would sit down and talk with the young people. What do they want to do? And then
Okay.
when we figure out what they want to do, then I start looking at different employers who are able to provide those services.
okay.
And then I would give them a phone call and just tell them about our program and how it works. And they would just be the job site, and they would follow the rules and regulations that are set by the job site. And our young person is responsible for turning in their timesheet to us for payment, and we would process all of that. So the employer wouldn't have that responsibility.
Well, that's
Well,
a great program.
It also starts giving them some adult
Mhm.
ways of doing things,
Responsibilities.
responsibilities, yes,
Mhm.
yes. All right, now you're all from the different, were you going to high school in St. Mary's, or is there a high school there?
No, I was actually going to St. John High School, and then life happened and I dropped out.
Yeah. Jasmine, no,
Oh, Tessa.
That was me.
Yeah.
yes, sir.
I dropped out when I was in 11th grade last year, and dropping out at an early age, I didn't figure there was like this much options, and I was just Googling around because my mom's like, hey, you need, get your education, not be like working at a gas station or something, and so I did, and her name popped up, so I gave her a call, and we ended up making like an appointment and everything, and like as soon as she started talking about it, I was like, I started the next week. I was so interested in it, and since then I love it.
And some of their skills they have been so impressive. I mean, just that, starting, don't know, can I talk about you, Matt? Is that all right? Some of the levels that they've started out in with different subjects, and they didn't have a lot of confidence, and he's shown that they can do it. And just the amount of years they've increased just in a matter of months learning new skills has just been amazing. So,
So whatever year they were
No, you're
in
on
when they
television, don't you?
left school.
well, that's not always the level they're at when they come to us.
Right, that's what I was gonna ask you. So you put them at the level they know then.
Whenever they first come in, we do an assessment.
Yes.
And we test them to see what skills they currently have and what do they need. If it's something they've already mastered, we do not work on that. We set a plan to work on just the skills that they need to be able to pass their diploma. And we do some small group work. If everybody, everybody that needs the same thing, we'll do a small group session with just that group. If somebody else needs something different, then we'll do a different group session with that group. So everybody works at their own pace, in groups sometimes, and sometimes just one-on-one with me, and sometimes on their own. So
That is such a wonderful program.
it's an amazing
Yeah, I
program.
never ever would have dreamed that all that was available.
Mhm. I think sometimes people think it's too good to be true.
I think it is.
Well, I knew there was such a thing as working for your GED and all, but
Mhm.
when I was over in Phelps County at Rolla High School. We had to go
Mhm.
through the high school to get it,
Right.
and we're fortunate enough to have, although I had a marvelous teacher.
Mhm.
She always said there were no stupid questions and there were no questions that couldn't be repeated. And I'm afraid I tried her on that.
I think we all tried Stacy on that one. Probably a little more than others, but
My big problem was the higher math.
I love math.
Trigonometry.
Mhm.
Can't even pronounce it. But,
Yeah, some of their stories, getting to hear some of their stories and, they've been through in their lives. It's just amazing to see where they are now.
yeah,
So,
well, let's get some out of it, you know how.
Well,
anybody want to tell their story?
I'm good.
I was in the 10th grade when life happened. I was in a very abusive relationship, and mom and dad split up and divorced and everything, and I become reliant on illegal drugs. And I was going through Potosi High School, which is in Washington County at the time, and I dropped out. I'd say March of my sophomore year, I dropped out. And then I got married in 2012. Had my daughter in 2013. She is currently 5, so we got divorced in 2016, me and my ex-husband did. And it's been a struggle getting on my feet and doing the things and realizing my priorities, but without the help from my mother being my main one, and then after, getting involved in the program and everything, and just having another strong support system and a backbone, not only from, we love Stacy, yes, but not only from Stacy, but your peers as well. I know at any time I can sit here and I can write Jasmine, or I can sit here and I can write Matt, or Tess, or Dylan at any point in time, and be like, hey, I'm struggling, I need to get this off my mind, how's your day going, or something. We always have that open communication with each other, and I think that's what helps too,
That's great.
is knowing that you always have a big support system and a backbone with everybody. I mean, even though we all fight and don't get along and
I would be a little suspicious if you all got along real well all the time.
we do. I'm not gonna lie, we get along fairly well for being bullheaded teenagers and young adults. I say we get along very well, but I think a lot of it is just maturity on everybody else's part and where everybody's at in life, and realizing that things happen to other people, and being able to talk in communication to other people is another big one.
Because we probably feel at some point where I'm all alone, I can't even talk to anybody
Yeah.
about this, because nobody's ever went through this except me.
Yeah.
I'm all by myself. And you're too shy to even talk about it. You want to keep it in, and then that's worse yet.
I was that shy girl. I'm not no more. I'm just gonna put that out there. If you have a question, honestly, I'd rather you ask me than sit here and hide behind my back. And
And I think
Not.
probably just from talking to Stacy and listening to her tonight, she's a wonderful person for that job, and that's why she's got it, of course.
absolutely,
But you could feel very comfortable around her to share anything with her.
absolutely.
Bad, good, or ugly, or whatever, yeah.
Whatever.
She wouldn't have any, she wouldn't go, oh, Anything like that.
I'm surprised she hasn't. With some of the things we've come to her about, I'm
There's
surprised
been
she
a couple oh no's, I'll give you that.
hasn't.
And that's because she's sort of a mother type.
I was just about to say, she's almost like my second mom.
Yeah, and then
She
you
definitely
are
kinda filled in
the
that
teenager
spot.
that's really not
Same
doing
here.
what you're supposed to do. And she's more the mother type that's, oh, I love you, why don't you just behave?
That's exactly what it
Pretty
is.
much exactly what it is, honestly.
And you can
She'll
tell
look right
just-
at you and tell you you know better, and she's like, let's do it again. I'm like, all right.
But you can tell that she's perfect for the job just by talking with her. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think another big one is well, whenever MERS Goodwill and the workforce were switching over and everything. I'm not. And we thought we were going to lose Stacy.
Oh,
Oh, that was so
Um,
terrifying.
and everybody was sad.
Oh,
I
we were.
cried.
We cried because I told
I
Stacy,
cried.
I said, if they took you away from us, that a lot of us are going to quit.
Yeah.
And
And I told them they couldn't.
she made us promise, and it was sketchy there for a moment, but I am very glad that Stacy's still with us. She has been a major support these last couple months with getting my college going and stuff like that, and being a big motivation.
And she's doing great in college.
Yes, I have C's and A's.
Tessa, you've been very quiet.
She's very quiet.
Yeah, I'm very quiet. Yeah, being dropping out at a young age. I'm 18, but I was 17 when I dropped out. And being alone, like everyone didn't want to associate with me because they thought I was just a dropout and everything. And so when I came here, when I came to her workforce thing, it was like really welcoming, and I just felt like home there. Like it was just something I had to take in, and having her being proud of me and everything. Like she'll sit there and text me if I'm going in, for an interview or something. She'll text me at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Good luck.
Yeah, she'll be like, good luck, or she takes us to like when we take the high set testing, and she'll sit out in the waiting out in like a library, or she'll sit out in her car until we're done, and like she'll take us out afterwards like for congratulations for passing or something. So it's really, I just love it.
See, we didn't even know we had Stacy.
It's a
No,
pretty
she's a-
relaxed
see,
environment too.
You have
It-
told
it
us
is, yeah.
pretty much yours, I believe. Did you drop out for a reason or
I,
anything you
uh,
want to say? You don't have to answer though.
Well, I was one of those young, dumb high school kids who really didn't care about high school. So I was gonna have to go back for another 3 years on top of the 4. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just get my GED. And I'm glad that I met Stacy and went through her program. And it's taken me a couple different tries, but this time I think I finally got it.
The fact that you
So that's
did
good.
try again and that.
And everybody
Being
doesn't
mechanics.
learn at the same pace.
And everybody's not ready. It's
Right.
just, are they ready for that point in their life? Because sometimes people come in, I work with them, I don't enroll them in our program because they're not quite ready yet. But when they're ready to make that next step and ready to move into adulthood, then we enroll them and move on to that next step. It's really relaxed when they're there. They have certain chairs they like to sit in. If they want to sit on the floor, I don't really care as long as they're making progress and doing what they need to do. So it's pretty laid back and relaxed.
Now we're gonna get to Mac down there.
He's our quiet person.
Matt looks like he's a very quiet person.
He
aren't you?
is. He very,
He is
very,
very
well.
quiet.
Come on, Matt.
He's quiet around.
You can talk about whatever you want to and about it. If you don't want to say something, don't say it.
I mean, I really don't have anything else to say.
Okay,
Did you?
that's fine, yeah.
You dropped out of high school too?
No, I was actually homeschooled.
Oh,
And then, as of everybody else in here, life happened. You know, my parents started increasing in health as they got older. And then last year, my dad passed away of stage 4 lung cancer.
oh, so sorry.
That's a hard thing, yeah, very hard for a child.
And
My husband's dad passed away when he was right out of high school. It's very hard on him.
Well, I think Matt is following in his dad's footsteps of becoming a police officer, so.
Oh, your
we're
dad
super
was a
proud
police
of him.
officer too? Okay.
Good.
We're all very proud of Matt. Matt is one of a kind. We all love Matt. If everybody needs a Matt in their life.
And look how bashful he is.
His cheeks are turning red as we speak.
Not tonight.
Yes, they are.
Well, you should see my face today out there at work.
Okay, this working thing, you're at the Riverview, you're in school, so you
Yes.
can't work.
I mean, I can work, but I choose not to because, like I said, my mom helped me a lot.
Okay.
And I currently live with my mom right now. And with having the support and everything, I'd rather just go to school, get my degree I need for radiology, and be able to just support my daughter and myself. So I come home and just devote all my time to her when I'm not at school.
Okay. What about you?
Currently, I am employed through workforce development, and that's what I do.
Where do you live?
And that's what you do.
St. Mary's,
Do you live in a house or underground?
underground. I built a bunker, you know. I live with a friend of mine out there.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Jasmine?
Tessa. It's fine.
Pick on you. Love you anyway. Okay.
Did you
Tessa,
say you live in Texas?
Town, I live in town.
Oh, I thought you said I live in Texas. I was gonna say, you're really pulling the leg.
I'm currently employed, but I am looking into classes for a medical assistant, and I'm trying to get a job right now currently. It's here in town, and I'll be working with people with disabilities, just like helping them with food, just the basic stuff.
That's good.
Yes. Where are you living? Now, Matt, are you at home with your mom?
I'm still living with my mother, just helping take care of her.
Good. That's good.
Very good.
And are you working now?
Yes, I'm actually employed through workforce development
Yeah.
at Hahn State Park.
Yeah. I'm sorry, when you started.
You're just doubling up on your questions, Jean.
That's
But that's okay.
She's just testing us.
She's making sure we don't change up our stories.
It's okay.
Are
Are we passing?
Yeah, well, you guys have been a pleasure to have tonight. I have learned so much about our community that I did not know. And I hope we have a lot of listeners tonight, and it's
do too.
beneficial to somebody,
I'm glad I walked
because
in.
that's a great, great program.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wish I had this when I was a young girl.
I know, I wish they did when I was younger.
Back, way back.
Well, I had it, so you had to have it. I didn't have exactly what they
You
had.
graduated from high school,
You
didn't you?
graduated high school.
Oh, you didn't.
I didn't either. I got my GED.
I got ill.
You were ill.
Yeah, but I didn't get it until I
Yeah, I
was
was
62.
down for 4 months,
Oh.
so I missed my,
You can go back now and get your GED.
I did. I went back and got it.
She got,
There you go.
I've had it for years. I went back out to Minnesota. I got it in 1962 when I moved here.
See, I got mine.
okay, I'm going to take a little break here and tell about the World Day of Prayer, and then if you guys think of anything else you want to talk about, or if you're finished and you want to leave, that's fine too, whichever you want to do.
Stay.
Okay, so there's a a World Day of Prayer on March 1st. It's at the Presbyterian Church on Main Street. And what they do is they pick a country every year, and I don't even know how to pronounce this
Slovenia.
one there. Slovenia, okay. This year, and then they dress in their costumes, or in their clothing, not costumes, and they pick different aspects of their life that's interesting, and they kind of do that as I guess you could say a partial play or act it out.
I can step in
Just
here.
that-
We're
sure.
doing, because I'm playing the slave.
Okay.
And we do sort of a biblical on this, and what we're doing is the area where the man has a big feast, and has called all these people in, and they
The
didn't
parable
come.
of the great dinner.
Yeah, and I'm the one that's supposed to go get them, but I hadn't heard about the costumes. They better have one for me.
Well, they dress in their, according to the country they're
Yeah.
doing. In addition to providing the opportunity, I'll just read it, to learn about Sylvanian history and rich cultural diversity, WDP, Women's Day of Prayer, will focus on Jesus' parable of the great dinner in Luke 14, verses 15 to 24. One phase in the worship service captures the idea that will be explored, welcoming God into your love. You have prepared a table for all, and you inspire us to open your hearts and homes to others, or to offer a place to others who are not yet at the table. That means they're not yet believing in God. This year's service will be at 9 a.m. on Friday, March 1st at the First Presbyterian Church. All are invited to attend. The annual offering supports the World Day of Prayer USA and helps families in Sylvania and other countries who are victims of many forms of poverty, violence, and injustice. For more information, you can contact Joy French, and her number is 573-259-2238, or visit www.wdp/usa.org. This is a very interesting program for anybody that's out there and listening to us tonight. If you've never gone, you'll really enjoy it. It's very thought-provoking, and it's a very nice service. And then they have good food afterward. Which those ladies are really good cooks and bakers. So anyway, it's March 1st at 9 a.m. at the Presbyterian Church. So anybody out there who wants to attend, you're very welcome. They welcome every faith, every...
Yes, you don't have to be...
You can be any denomination at all. It doesn't matter.
You don't have to be. Just come on in.
Even if you don't believe in God, you can still come.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on in and get you good food anyway. You know what's really caught my eye? This past year, my hybrid granddaughter lives in University City, and her husband, how did you say those words? Brought a girl over from Europe. Yeah, and she's here going to high school. She's 17, I believe, from Slovenia.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Isn't that
that's how I know how to
something? Yeah.
pronounce it. She's from Slovenia, and I'm going to see if I can't get her here.
That would be nice if she would come to the dinner, but
Yes.
she probably can't, yeah.
Well, yeah, they could bring her down from St. Louis, so we'd go get her.
I know, but if she's in school.
But that's on a Saturday. Is it Friday?
No, it's Friday. I think it's Friday.
Rats, it is.
Let me check for sure.
Maybe I can get her.
Friday, March 1st. Yeah, Friday, March 1st at 9 o'clock in the morning, early.
You really have a wonderful program, and these young people are really a sign that your program is really working.
And I really, really like the fact that you young adults came with her, because that makes our program more interesting and really provides a lot of encouragement to young people out there that are maybe in your condition you were when you first came, and they know that, now they know about it.
Okay,
And,
age. Now, do you have an age range of,
Up to 24 years old.
okay?
If they're 24 in the program and they turn 25, we continue working with
Yeah.
them. So as long as they're enrolled by the age of 24.
Okay, and have had some high school?
I have. The youngest person I've had enrolled is 16. So we've had a couple of
So they've had
16.
at least a year of high.
And we have a couple of high school students that we're working with right now that are doing different work experiences at different places here in town also.
So we say if they dropped out in 7th or 8th grade, they could still come.
They could still come.
Oh,
And you would just assess their knowledge, and they would
Correct.
continue from there.
And a lot of people that drop out that young are being homeschooled.
Right.
So they're going to eventually have to take the high school equivalency test. So they can come and and if they don't want to enroll in the program, they're still welcome to come to the office. We'll still do the assessments and testing just like I do with anybody else. We'll still help them prepare, do resumes, job interviews, whatever they need. I will still work with them, even if they're not enrolled in our
If
program.
they don't want to go into.
Mhm.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
Yeah, so
So our community has a very good opportunity
it's a
for
great
the youth.
opportunity.
Very good.
And I'm going to leave this brochure with you tonight. We have, the 13 counties and just all the contact information.
Okay.
If anybody would need that.
Do you have those out in town anywhere?
I do have these out different places.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been distributed all over town pretty much.
Okay.
And this is the most updated one right now, though. So, I'll leave it with you.
Okay, well,
And Jasmine, didn't mean to step over you a while ago, but we'd heard quite a bit of your story before that. But do you live with a family member, or?
I live with my boyfriend and his dad. We have me and my 3 kids. We're all staying there.
You have 3 children.
Yep. I got 2 girls and 1 boy.
oh my goodness, you look like a young little girl.
I know. I don't know if it's because I'm a leap year baby or what, but I'm just aging really well.
I did that too, but now I'm getting the wrinkles.
She's done great. She went to school, worked full-time while she was raising her children, so super proud of her.
Goodness. Yeah.
I actually was trying to fight to get them back into my custody from DFS at that time, and I got them.
See? You can.
So how old are your children?
My oldest is 4. Her name's Alisana. My middle child, her name's Summer Rain. She's 2. And then you got my son, Sammy Randall. He just turned a year old today.
Oh,
Yeah, see, we named him after Sammy Hagar, so he's like a little red rocker. And he's got the red hair and the one dimple and a chubby body, and it's just, he's just too cute. Actually, Stacy came and visited me right after I had a C-section for him. And it was really amazing because I don't have a mom or a dad or anything like that. So when she showed up, and it's like, yay.
I understand.
Yeah, we're super proud, Jasmine, because it's really tough to raise those children and work
Oh,
full-time.
and work,
go to
oh my
school.
gosh.
Yes.
And she went to school at the same time and went to college classes and got her diploma.
well, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So,
You just proved that it can be done.
Yes.
You just got to have the determination.
you're
Yeah.
training now for your CNA.
I already did. I already passed. I'm now completely certified for a nurse assistant.
Oh, wow.
Actually, now I've been certified for well over 6 months, and I'm thinking about going for my med tech too.
Good idea.
Yeah, I've kind of learned from Stacy that I can actually like open up a variety of things I can do. So, if I move, and I'm in radiology, I can start at a hospital there. But if I'm a CNA, I can go to any nursing home. Same thing for med tech.
Hospitals too.
Advanced manufacturing, I can go to a factory job. I have it in my books. My OSHA 30, it helps put me on the top of the list most of the time, at least, for an application. But it's just I have a variety of things that I can do, so I don't have to be content with being content. I can keep going, and that's
Right.
that's what I want. That's what I want.
I understand that.
It's good.
Wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations to
Yes,
all
to
you
all
young
of you.
people.
Every one of you.
It's very, very, makes me feel good.
Gratifying.
It does. It just makes me feel really
It
good.
makes you feel good because
Yeah.
there's a program out there with you ahead of it.
And some
To help all
hardworking young
these
people,
You
setting
know,
good
and
Because
examples.
I think there's nothing worse than a child that
Has no hope.
can't find what they want
Mhm.
and feel inferior, especially.
Yes.
Because no child should.
Right.
And I know a lot of them can't help it from the circumstances, but everybody's got a lot of worth.
And this is
And a
a
lot
group
of
of hardworking
potential,
young
yeah.
people.
They just need the push to understand and realize that,
Mhm.
hey, I'm okay anyway. Yeah,
Right.
You are all wonderful.
yeah,
Just you.
it is. I'm proud
I'm
of all of
hoping,
you.
I'm really hoping that this is so many people
But
don't
every
get to
one of
watch
you,
our show,
and
you know.
Even if you
Yeah.
yourself.
And be sure to tell everybody that this show can be watched on YouTube. So if you have any young friends that need a little boost,
My boyfriend should be watching it right now. My boyfriend should be watching it right now.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
but then
she
it's
asked me.
available on YouTube too. I think tomorrow, I don't know if it takes 1 or 2 days, but it's available. And then they can watch it on Channel 991, like tomorrow morning at 1 o'clock already. And then at 7 and 1 and 7 tomorrow, until we come back on the air again.
Okay.
But YouTube, you can just Google stgentv.com, or no, St. Gen YouTube. St. Gen TV YouTube. And when What's New pops up, then you just pick what month you want to listen to.
What I
And what
talk
day?
about more than anything is other young people seeing this and hearing you talk and you know,
Yes,
that to me.
you're an inspiration, all of you.
Yes.
I hope so. Because, I mean, me having my piercings and tattoos, I get judged most of the time whenever I get walked around. I'm actually a sweetheart, but you know, that a lot of people have looked at me and thought
You
that
know,
I
it-
couldn't
it
do
is.
something because
As
I
a-
was different.
Right.
Stacy was the first one who looked at me and said, we got this, we're going to do it, and this is where you're gonna go. I said, okay, let's do it. She didn't once skip a beat and was like, oh my God, you're intimidating or anything like that. She's like, come here, let me help you. It was nice to have that feeling because I know I can be comfortable with who I am, how I act or present myself, along with being proper. And she just accepts it. She knows sometimes I get the Jasmine, or you know better, and I know, I love you. I really hope a lot of people get to have the same opportunity I got to, because it's well worth it. And it's definitely something I will never forget. I will have no problem telling my kids my story and telling them how I got where I got. Stacy will be known and say, I'm grateful for this woman right now. This whole program was amazing. I've told several people I've come in contact with, like, hey, you know, they're like, I need my GED, where should I go? I'm like, go to this place. Stacy will hook you up. She will sit down, and I mean, she works with you, and she works with you to a point where, like we said earlier, she doesn't belittle you. You go over something, you don't get it quite yet, you ask again. They kind of like, oh, well, why didn't you get the first time? No, Stacy's like, well, here, let's try it this way. Not once have I ever thought walking into that building that it was going to be a bad day or I wasn't going to get it right. I was going to get it right one way or another.
Yep.
Good deal.
We love our Stacy.
I think, I was just going to say, sounds like Stacy is really loved.
We do. So we all love our Stacy.
And you're good at what you do.
Thank
Which
you.
is a blessing.
Thank you.
God gave you a talent to do what you do.
I think that's why I haven't won the lottery yet.
Wouldn't it be nice to win the lottery? and
She'd leave us
just
in a heartbeat.
help all the people that need helping. That's what I would do with it.
Stacey,
I
would
don't
you
think
leave
I
us
would
in a
keep
heartbeat?
any of it. I would be,
No, yeah.
I would be building houses and getting water to everybody in the third world countries.
Actually, that's something I was wanting to do whenever I first started. I was going to have them go through like a grant program or whatever, to where I wanted to start off like owning my own business, my own building for veterans or homeless moms, or I wanted to help people who needed that help. You know, veterans, they go out there and they risk their lives for us, and they get to come home to sometimes nothing.
Right.
That's not fair.
That's not fair at all.
We got a second chance at being an adult and getting out there at the right. Why can't they get that chance too?
Just point him in
Exactly.
the direction of the workforce.
Exactly.
Stacy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I started there, and then, well, I went back into the medical area because of, well, my life situation. It's just, it's like I fit in the medical
It just worked
area.
out, yeah. And looks like it.
Yeah, the veterans, I think, are the worst treated people in the world. They need a lot of help.
It's too much work.
It's a lot of work and dedication, that's for sure.
I
It's
did
worth
work
it,
in a
though.
nursing home.
Yeah.
Love them old people.
Yeah, Jasmine started out in production, and she figured out that wasn't what was for her. She finished her college classes, though, so proud of her for that. And then she just made a career change after that, something that fits her.
Best thing I've ever done. Every time I walk in that building, I'm happy to see my residents. My residents are happy to see me, you know. couple of them look at me, they're like, "Oh, sweetheart," and I'm like, "Oh, come here." You know, I just love them. They aren't just my residents; they are my family. I don't think about my paycheck. That's not what I'm there for. I am there because I am doing stuff that a lot of people can't. A lot of people can't just
want to be.
exactly. It's the right thing to do. It's kind of like taking turns. You know, they took care of us growing up, and you know, the older generation grows up. It's our turn to give it back.
I remember
So-
that.
That was kind of in my head when I was a kid. So I mean, it's still there.
I may see you. Somewhere along the way, you do that.
Yeah, so if anybody got anything else to say?
Add to it.
Everybody talked out? Yes. Except you two, huh? You could probably
Oh, I
talk
could-
all
Oh, we
night.
could talk all night.
I didn't mean to bypass you three over here, but
We stole the show, it's okay. Y'all can go home.
Mic drop.
no, we're just trying to have all of you.
Great bunch.
It takes different folks.
Yeah, and we thank you very, very, very much for coming with Stacy.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're glad you called. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I
Oh,
walked
oh,
in
you
over
went
there.
over there and invited her, that's right.
She's like, wait a minute.
Jenna called me. No,
Yes.
that wasn't you, that was Jenna, the one that's gonna be on next week, yeah.
Well, we're glad that you all came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just walked down the street. I just walked in and I said,
A lot of people just walk in.
Yeah, I
honestly.
always wondered what you did in that building, or what went on in that building.
People actually
But I
thought
never
it was
did
a
open the door
goodwill.
to ask.
Well, anybody's welcome at any time, so.
There's
You
been
hear
so
that,
many
you guys
times
out
we've been in
there, if you want
activities, somebody
to
walks
know
in,
more
like,
about
"Is
this
the
program,
Goodwill?" We're like,
to be nosy or just to help a child or a young adult,
Stop by anytime.
pop in and see what she's got to offer.
You'd be surprised.
Okay, next week we have Jenna, where you at? I'm gonna read Jean's book off here.
Tom Kine at
We have the hospital, Tom Kine's gonna come talk about it, and Jenna Firehammer is talking about the caregiver conference
We
that they
might
have. And,
have Jeanette Wood.
yeah, and Jeanette Wood
From
may
Riverview.
come. She called me today, but I didn't get back with her.
Oh, did she?
Did you want her to come tonight? Did you
I was
call-
going to ask her to
Oh,
come.
maybe that's why she called me. Anyway, I'll give her a call tomorrow, but she's
Tell her thanks
probably,
anyway.
if she can, she'll be, yeah. That might be why she called. She called at 10:30 this morning while we were gone. Mary Ann and I were out having fun this morning.
I heard about that.
Okay, so on that note, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you so much.
And anytime you want to come back and tell us your new developments, that'll be great.
Or
We would-
anytime one of you want to come.
Wonderful to have you. And after you guys get some of your occupations, come back and visit us and tell us what your life's like and what you're
Where are
doing.
you working and what are you?
Because usually we have like 3 or 4 guests, so you could just
Yeah.
talk for a little bit and go, it's not like an hour like we're doing now. But it's been very, very interesting. I'm kind of glad that you're on here by yourself, because we really learned a lot.
Gave all of you a chance, gave them all a chance to have something.
Okay, so Charlie, we're ready to say goodnight.
Thank you all for watching.
Thank you all. You can wave goodbye to everybody out there.
Think this nice group.
No, they're going to catch you on.